to introduce our first guest, Dr. Zouhary.
Happy May Day. April 15th, a year ago, we had a tea party in Perrysburg, and as we were leaving there, people were coming up and they were saying, when are we going to do this again? We had about 200 people. It was really great. Linda was one of the people, and I didn't really know her that well. It's a group like this, you get to know people real fast, don't you? Because we have a common bond. Okay, we come from different backgrounds, different cities, and different neighborhoods, different economic levels on the ladder. But we've got something that a glue. It's like a super glue. So I met some Children of Liberty people that day, and all of a sudden we started talking. And I thought, I know different people from different groups, so I decided to bring some leadership together at my home. And one of the people that was on my email list, and he wrote me and he wanted to come, but he wanted to bring a politician with him. And I just wasn't excited about that because I didn't think that's where we were supposed to be. We were just supposed to try to figure out who we were. And so I kind of turned him down, Well, he came anyway by himself. And I should have known he was a lawyer because he had a sport coat on, and it was like a Wednesday night. And, I thought, where did this guy come from? And he's a sleeper. You ever have a person that never says much, but when he talks, you really hear what he has to say? He just sat there all night and I didn't know who he was, except I knew his name. And I'll tell you, he has grown to be just a great patriot, good friend. My wife has a saying that God gives us people in our lives for a reason, for a season, for a lifetime. And I think and I hope that Jeff will be in my life for a lifetime and into eternity because he's got so much to draw from. And he got a BS from UT. He got a JD from, I don't know, where'd you go to law school? UT. But those initials, I think, wax pale to the initials of PA, Patriotic American. Jeff Lydy.
Thanks, Bill. We don't disappoint. I'd rather not have an introduction like that, really.
Your mom.
Glad I came up here.
Your mom told me to say all that.
Glad I came up here because I left this morning's speech up here in the lectern. Okay, well, let me tell you how I got involved in this, just briefly. We have a little place in Marblehead. And I had read in the paper that there was going to be an event in Perrysburg on July 4th. And probably all of you have gotten involved a similar way. So I said to my family, everybody's there, my daughter driven up with her child, my grandchild from Columbus, Ohio, and I'm there, and I say, I'm going to this tea party thing in Perrysburg, and I'm just going to go, I'm going to turn around after I see what's going on, what it's all about. I'm going to go back to Marblehead, so I'll be here for the rest of the 4th of July, or the weekend, or I can't remember what day it was on. So I drive over, I park my car, I walk up, I see all these right-wing fanatic idiots standing there. These extremists saying all these unkind things about the president and Congress and the representative in the 9th district. I made the mistake of putting my email address down on a piece of paper. Next thing you know, Bill sent something out, and he's going to put some people together at his house. So I went, well, here I am, not quite a year later. That's how I got started. And just in the last few weeks, the last 2 or 3 weeks, Linda Boyer and I have, and Bill put together the Northwest Ohio Conservative Coalition, which is a political action committee, kind of trying to keep up with MoveOn.org. We've got a table out there. You can sign up for $25. You can become a member. You can also contribute up to $5,000. It's got to be registered with the Federal Election Commission. We registered it with the Federal Election Commission. And we were approved. They sent you a certification, a certificate or something saying you've been approved. We were approved like on Monday, April 12th. Well, on April 20 or 25, I started reading some of the material. They send you a booklet like this. And I see that our first report was due on April 15th. So we were already a week late. So I called him. I called the lady at the FEC, a nice lady, answered the telephone. I said, now look, we've only been in existence for 2 days. I got to write a report already? Yeah, you do. I said, we haven't brought in any money. We haven't spent any money. She says, the report is still due. I hope you don't get fined. So anyway, talking, I don't think it will be. She says they're pretty easy going about stuff like that. But when we put this together, we're trying to raise money, and we actually raised about $2,000 or $3,000 already in a couple of weeks' time. So we're going to have some uses for that money, and it's for conservative principles, conservative political ideas, conservative candidates. And some of the things we've kicked around, I talked about this a few days ago. Maybe we'll put up some billboards. And here's a billboard that I thought of the other day. Marcy, will you come to my house and explain to my children and my grandchildren, face to face, why you have been an integral part of bankrupting their country? Please do that. Now, I thought the billboards, they're rather expensive, but maybe we could put out a postcard. Just a nice postcard. On one side with a picture, as we put a picture of Marcy. And she'll be there in her very wonderful looking dress. Her Marcy smile, very pretty. And then on the back side, where we address it to everybody, we'll have a message. And it'll go something like this. Dear members or residents of the 9th Congressional District, thank you for voting me into office for the past 28 years. During my time in Congress, when I have been representing you, we have done the following things. We have increased spending to unsustainable levels. We've bailed out banks and car companies. We've hired more federal workers than in any other time in our country's history. We paid them more than all of you chumps out there who don't work for the government get paid. We have given them benefits and retirement packages that you only dream about. And you have been good enough to pay for all of them. We have taken control of your health care. And now we'll decide what your treatment options are when you get sick. We have successfully limited the energy supply of our country, voting in regulations which make it next to impossible for us to increase our supply of energy here at home, and requiring, for example, oil companies to drill for oil so far from land that they have to drill 1 mile down in order to get to the oil. Oops, maybe that was a bad mistake.